Recently, at an event to mark 100 days till the Paris Olympics, I chatted to Olympians Mariafe, Artacho del Sola, Tilly Kearns, Michelle Heyman, Georgia Godwin, and chef de mission Anna Meares. Paris is only 100 days, we're in single digits tomorrow.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It's come around so quick, but I'm getting excited. It's getting close.
And I think where you're playing at the Paris venue, it has the Eiffel Tower like right in the background. Do you think you'll get distracted when you're playing at all?
Yeah, it's going to be a very iconic venue. I think, not being biased, but one of the most popular one. Yeah, I'm super excited to play in front of the Eiffel Tower.
Do you usually have like favorite venues when you're traveling? Like, is that something that you like take into consideration? Do you have favorites?
Yeah, I think when you play in an amazing stadium where the crowd gets really involved, I think that's kind of what makes it really memorable. And I have no doubt Paris will be incredible.
Yeah, and just a bit more, I guess, kind of about this year. There are a lot of other really great Aussie beach volleyball duos coming through, as well as yourself, and there's Steffi and Yana as well. Is it really cool just seeing like the growth of the sport and just more girls like performing so well at an elite level?
Yes, 100%. It's so good to see the girls doing so well internationally and getting those results. Yeah, and it's really exciting to see where the sport can keep growing.
Do you think it kind of pressures you and Talika to kind of just keep getting better as well? There's so much competition.
Yeah, I mean, for sure. You know, it's really good to have those other teams with us coming through, and you can't put your foot off the pedal.
Yeah, I did actually want to ask though about you and Talika, because I saw that you both pulled out of the last pro tour in Doha, because I think Talika might have injured her arm from what I saw. Is she all right? How's she doing?
Yeah, she's doing really well. Yeah, we just had a bit of an up and down start to the year with injuries, but it's all part of it, but we're ready to go.
What were you kind of doing, I guess, like when she was out? Were you still like able to train like kind of by yourself, or has it kind of just been like normal?
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with my training and what I can control. I've been joining some of the girls, joining the training sessions with some of the young girls when they were home. But now, yeah, we're back training together.
So prep for Paris is all going just really well so far?
Yeah, going really well, on track.
What's good? Good luck for this year. It's going to be a pretty big one. Thanks so much, Mariafe. You already qualified, or the team's already qualified. Wearing the uniform, does that kind of make it feel like more real now? Like we're going to be in single digits tomorrow already.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's easy to get swept up in training and doing the same training every single day. But when you come to events like this and you get to put on the uniform, it just makes things feel a little bit more special, a little bit more real. So yeah, it's starting to get very exciting.
I hope I get the wording right for this. I think you guys are playing in the only permanently built venue for Paris, so it must be really cool that like lots of other, I guess, tournaments will be held there in the future. Hopefully you get to kind of start that off.
Yeah, I didn't even know that. You've done your research.
I hope I got the wording right for that. But
I mean, it sounds right. I just show up to the pool and do my job, and that's that. But that'll be really cool. Hopefully we make a bit of history there.
Yeah, and like you mentioned before about the US, you just came back from a 3-game series in the US. What did you kind of take out of that series, and is there anything you're going to change for when China are coming here in just a little bit?
Yeah, it was a really, really good learning experience for our team. Being in Australia, it's hard to get international experience and playing against games, and the USA are the best in the world at the moment, so playing and training against them for 2 weeks was really valuable. We learn a lot from them, we learn a lot about ourselves. With 100 days to go, now we can go and really knuckle down and get it sorted.
Yeah, and I think like you were mentioning last year that you came 5th in the Tokyo Olympics and 6th in Doha just recently. You're so close to medals. What do you think is the next step to kind of just actually get on the podium?
Yeah, it's those quarterfinal games. They're the hardest games to win. In my whole career, I've won one quarterfinal. They're hard. It's like if you win, then you get a chance to play at a medal, and if you don't, then you don't get a medal. So there's a lot of pressure on them, but I think if we can overcome that game, then we can go the whole way.
Yeah, hopefully. I think at Tokyo you were only 19 years old, is that right?
Yeah.
And now you played like in college, you got so much more experience under your belt. Do you feel like more of a leader in this team heading into these games?
Yeah, absolutely. I think now I know my role in the team more. I know what the team needs from me. And I mean, I lost 2 years of international games with COVID, so the Olympics was actually my first major competition. But now I've got a few more. I've got some world championships under my belt, so I'm going to take that experience into the Olympics and bring all the young girls with me, and hopefully we'll all go well together.
Yeah, it's going to be a very different experience though. You know, last time you had like 5 people in the crowd, and now you're going to hopefully have like packed stadiums.
Yeah.
What kind of difference do you think that's actually going to make?
I love playing under pressure, so I think the added pressure of a crowd is going to hopefully do great things for me. I think the biggest thing will be my family being in the crowd. I knew they were watching at home in Tokyo, but having them there, being able to see them, is going to be a nice little push of motivation for me.
And just last, I wanted to ask that in December, you were appointed, there was appointed the first female head coach. What has she kind of been like in just bringing the team together as well?
Yeah, Beck, our new coach, has been awesome. She has a really valuable touch for our team. She has been to the Olympics before. She's won medals at the Olympics. Also, just having a female voice and a female leader, it's insane the difference that it's made to us, and it was kind of maybe that missing piece that we needed, and it came just at the right time. So she's doing really great things for us, and we're excited to play under her at the Olympics.
It's really great to hear. Good luck for the Olympics, Tilly. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
And I think the last time that I spoke to you was after you've kicked your 100 goal in the A-League. Since then, you've broken many more records, which I can't all name now because there'd be too many. You've helped Australia to qualify for Paris as well, which is an amazing achievement. Were you ever expecting like any of this to happen after retiring from the Matildas, not coming back?
I wasn't. I was hoping, deep down, of course, you always want to play for your country. But for myself, I was just so focused on Canberra and just getting that 100th goal and then seeing what come from that. But yeah, I feel very honoured to be a part of the squad now and, scoring goals for Australia again because it's been a lot of fun.
I mean, not many people get a second crack at their international career, I guess, in their mid-30s. Not to make you feel old at all, but at this stage of your career, do you think you would approach it, like the Olympics, kind of differently to how you would at Rio 2016?
Yeah, most definitely. I think this one has a lot more heart going into it. A lot of that hard work that I've put in for the last 4 years to try and get back here. And it just means so much more because of, I think, the hard work it took to get to this point right now. So feeling very, confident in my ability and fingers crossed I get that ticket.
Yeah. It's definitely a new generation of Matildas as well since you've come back. What's it been like getting to know this different group?
Yeah, well, it's been pretty similar to the ones that I've always played with, which is awesome. A big core of the group were the girls that I've always played with. But it's fantastic finally playing with Mariafe. I think she's one incredible human and I love everything that she does on the field. So for myself, being able to connect with her has been something that I've always wanted to do. So it's really exciting.
And last, obviously, like I mentioned before, you were at the Rio 2016 Olympics, but it's going to be a completely different, atmosphere this time. Like, how much would it mean to actually be selected and get to go over there?
Oh, it would mean the world to me. I think, all these hard training sessions that I do every single day, it all comes for this.
Yeah.
And for myself personally, it's more about, not proving a point, but just proving to myself that I am capable and I am good and I deserve to be there. So it's that personal touch for myself.
Well, good luck for team selections. Thanks so much, Michelle.
Thank you.
So good to chat to you again. Still not sure, I guess, whether you're in the team yet. Yeah. How are you personally feeling? Are you feeling confident?
Training's going well. My body's holding up okay. Just got to do the next few things, which is nationals, and then fingers crossed I get named on the team.
Yeah, and I guess also kind of for preparation, or I'm not sure, you've got the Australian Gym National Champs in the Gold Coast in just a few weeks. Yeah. Do you treat the National Champs differently in an Olympic year versus an non-Olympic year?
Not really. For us, National Championships is a big qualifying event, but for me, it's just another national championships. I try and treat all my competitions the same so it doesn't add extra pressure, it doesn't stress me out. Nationals is always a fun one for me because I get together with all the athletes around Australia and we have a good time.
Yeah, and there was just one more thing kind of unrelated that I wanted to ask you a few weeks ago, but I didn't. I noticed that when you're in between events, when you're competing, you'll kind of have your headphones in and your tracksuit on. What are you kind of doing when you're pacing around in between?
I do a lot of pacing. No, I do a lot of pacing. I get cold very quickly, and as I've gotten older, it's harder for me to warm up. So after the event, I put my tracksuit straight on to try and maintain the warmth. And then the music is just I don't like sitting still because then my thoughts run wild. So I do a lot of pacing in my tracksuit with the music on, and it could literally be anything from Kendrick Lamar to Kylie Minogue to the Beatles. It's anything that I feel like listening to at the time.
You've got pretty good music taste, it seems.
It's very, very wide range. Thanks, Dad.
Here's another bit of me chatting with Georgia at the recent New South Wales State Championships. Not to make you feel old, but the average age, I think, for female gymnasts to kind of retire is late teens and early 20s as well. Yeah. I mean, these past few years you've had ankle surgery, you've achieved a lot, won lots of, gold medals, and you just went to Tokyo kind of at the end of that age. Yeah. Do you think there's a certain reason why you've had more success kind of in these past few years than earlier in your career?
I think it's smart training and good management. Don't get me wrong, the cold mornings aren't good for my joints. I walk out of bed and I'm oh my gosh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. But yeah, I've had really good management with my support staff, my coach, just the people around me. And on those mornings where I feel extra crunchy and just a bit older, I just take a bit more time for self-care to make me feel ready to go.
Yeah. What do you think that kind of says to, I guess, like other female gymnasts that like it's, your career isn't over as soon as you kind of get to that age people think you should retire?
100%. You don't peak at 18.
Yeah.
Like, you're progressing all the time. I might not be able to do the amount of skills that the 16-year-olds do, but I also have all that experience behind me. So, like, as long as you're enjoying it, I don't see the point in finishing.
Yeah, definitely. And I guess just kind of a bit about Paris. So you've got a quota spot as part of the team for Paris, but what does this year look like for you getting the individual spot?
So with the team, there's only 5 spots on the team, and the 5 spots haven't been named yet. Okay. So National Championships is one of our final selection events. To get onto the team, Gymnastics Australia take into account the last 12 months of results. So hopefully the team will be named a couple weeks after Nationals. Okay. Fingers crossed I'm on there, and yeah, whoever they send will do Australia proud.
No, yeah, sorry, thanks for clearing that up actually. And I just also wanted to ask, I think at the all-round finals last year at the Olympics you finished 37th, but then 20th at the last year's World Champs. What goals do you kind of have for this year, I guess?
After experiencing Tokyo with Emily as individual athletes, I would absolutely love, like, it's given me goosebumps now to experience an Olympic Games with a team, with 4 other athletes, like going through all the emotions and all the memories and highlights that Emily and I went through with 4 others. Like, it would absolutely be the pinnacle. Like, obviously I want to do well competing, but to get there and experience that with my team would be just the absolute icing on the cake.
Yeah, I guess the kind of girls that you've been training with and competing with for so long, just I guess here in Sydney or back in like Brisbane, like that must be so cool to think about.
Yeah, so we've grown very tight knit, especially the 5 girls that went to Worlds, and then Germany just recently. It's just amazing to see how close we've come together, and like everyone's got each other's backs, which is really nice to see.
Well, it's so nice to meet you, Anna, just first of all. Does being at this event kind of bring back memories of you when you were competing?
It does, and like I said, sometimes I get nervous now, even though I've been retired for 8 years and competed for 22, because I know what moments like this mean to the athletes, and they're real key milestone things. But it's also, you work so hard over a long period of time. It's not just the 4 years leading into an Olympic Games. Often it's a lifetime of dedication to try and make the dream of becoming an Australian Olympian happen. So the little mum in me comes out when moments like this happen now that I'm no longer a competitor.
I mean, is it, like you said, like there's a lot of like hard work put in, but also for you, I guess, your first Olympics as the chef de mission. Mm-hmm. Is it really nice just seeing everything come together? We're going to be in single digits tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, single digits, that gets me a bit nervous. I didn't realise as an athlete how much work happens behind the scenes, and I'm loving being a part of the team again from a totally different perspective, but providing the insight that I had as an athlete. So basically I've just been working in a puzzle with my team behind the scenes for 15 months now. They've been working a little bit longer. I was only appointed 15 months ago, and it's nice to see things start to come together, and it will be even nicer when we get there and come home again.
Yeah, you said you love the role you're in now, but is it weird being on the other end of it, or is this kind of just the next best thing when you can't compete anymore?
Oh, look, it's definitely the next best thing. I will be a horrendous spectator because I would much prefer to be having my energy output and having some control over it, but now I'm the biggest cheerleader for the team, although I feel like I've got a few competitors in that department. I mean, you might be one.
Who knows? No, I'm only 13. Give me the time. And the team's not full yet, though. But how is it all coming together? Is it really exciting seeing all of the athletes just getting selected now?
Yeah. We got 55 officially selected. We have qualified over 300 quota spots, and those selections are being sorted now, and there's still a whole lot coming. So we're looking between 460 and 480 incredible human beings that will make up the athletes of the Australian Olympic team for Paris.
Is it cool seeing like all of the new sports like coming in this year? Yes. Like you've got breaking, like just seeing all of the like next generation of athletes. That must be so cool.
Yeah, I actually like the inclusion of new sports and breaking making its debut in Paris. So we saw sports climbing and surfing make its debut with golf in Tokyo. But I also still like the traditional sports as well. I think it's a good combination where IOC is heading.
And kind of speaking of traditional, or not really at all, this year, obviously the opening ceremony, it's going to be the athletes going down on boats. I thought I have to ask about this since there's, I guess, a bit of concern that maybe some of the athletes won't do it. How are you kind of like navigating that as chef de mission, making sure that, there will be actually like a lot of people on the boats?
Yeah, it's totally up to the athlete. no pressure from me, no pressure from this team at all to participate, because they are there for performance. So if they feel like participating in the opening ceremony, it's the same guidance that we have done in Olympics past. Not everyone's done opening ceremonies in the past, purely up to the athlete.
I mean, it's hard because you have some sports like starting the day before.
Yeah, you do. But the thing is, if they choose not to go to the opening ceremony, I've got a leadership team of 5 great deputies and an Olympic services team of another 4 great Olympians past that will provide an opportunity for the team to come together, wear the uniform in the village and the sub-site. So we'll put activities around it so it's special, not just
Everyone's
watching it on
included.
TV. Absolutely, absolutely.
Thanks so much, Anna. It was so great to finally meet you.
Welcome, lovely to meet you.
Thanks, you too.
I love that we both wear bright colours.